Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. It is January 11th, 2026. 1111. Master Activation Portal Day. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is day 62 of sharing my real, raw frequency and energy with the collective in all of its messy, magical, magnificent ways. And today it's PJ Day. I really don't think it's going to be anything outside of PJ Day. Got the candles lit, got the incense going. Let's give you just a little smudge. I work with the elements. A lot of elemental spirits here in this space, so welcome them into your field as well. Okay. Earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether. Earth, air, fire, wind, water, ether. Shinyata tiniata o shinyati iriata tiniata ya shinyati iriata. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So welcome. How is everyone doing? Again, I'm here just to share whatever I'm guided to share. There'll probably be a little bit of content today, as there is on particular days, and I'm going to look up and it's going to be 1111 on the timer. So thank you for that confirmation. So have you been seeing all of the ones? Tens are very significant as well. 10-10s, those completions, completing massive cycles. Massive cycle completion for a lot of us, especially if you are here and you resonate and you are part of this collective, that we have been through it, not just in this lifetime, but many tenfold lifetimes. You may also resonate with being an ancient soul. Okay, you are here now during this specific time to be the bridges, to be the light, the light rods, the rods of light, the architects, the builders, the way showers, the warriors, whatever. Basically, if you resonate with all of it, you've been around the block. And again, if not, that's fine. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. The first waivers also, sorry. Thank you. Group 7. Thank you. I couldn't remember that one the other day. So I'm just going to talk about some journaled stuff for this particular content today. So how was your sleep in? How are you feeling? You've probably been integrating a lot. You've definitely been receiving a lot of the light codes, the downloads, the upgrades, the recalibrations, you've been integrating. It's been a journey. And sometimes these particular cosmic configurations in these portals feel a little different each time you roll through them. And some might be more powerful and potent and you're going to feel it a little more. And the others you may feel a little less. And that doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong or that there's anything wrong with that if you're feeling less or more. It just means that that's just what you coded yourself to experience or to integrate in during those specific times. Okay, so don't judge. There's no judgment here. Remember, you are not behind. You're divinely online. Divinely online. You're divinely on time. So there's no reason I said that. So you are not behind. You're divinely online. You're online now. No coincidence. But you are also divinely on time. Thank you for that. So welcome. All right, so just a little bit here. I don't know how long this is. Maybe a little shorter and sweeter. 330 on the timer. 330. Sorry. So the numbers, like I said, I already mentioned the 2s, the 1s are very significant. When I looked at my sleep time and my in-bed time, it was 11 hours, 11 minutes with 11 minutes of awake time. So that's always fun when there's a configuration like that shows up. Or, of course, when you're receiving messages that line up to the 11s or they add up. So remember, it's not just seeing the 1s, but is the numbers that you're receiving 404 on the timer add up to 11, right? So that's the other fun part when you start seeing the math everywhere. Your team, your higher self starts like looking at the math on the license plates, on the house numbers and all of the stuff. And you either, if it's not that, you start breaking it down or adding it up in weird ways. Like I'll use this one. Let's say I saw 1029. So that would be 1 and then 9 plus 2 is 11. So it's just like, that's the way my math's been mathing in my head when I see stuff. Also with the 1s have been very powerful for me for a long time, but definitely in the waves, and for sure this week, for sure. The direction to take my kid to school, there is actually a house number that says 1111. There's a car here in my apartment complex that I just realized months ago, the license plate 1111. So that's always fun to play with spirit, playing with your higher self, your ancestors, your guides, your angels with these specific numbers. So here's the other thing. Do you resonate with being a master number? When you break your birthday down, you add all the numbers of your birthday and you break it down. When you add them all up, what does it add up to? So go ahead and check that out if this is the first time you're hearing that. So I just want to welcome in those that might be just, got curious and clicked on this video, or it landed, again, non-coincidentally in front of you because there's a message here for you, whether it's the words that I'm speaking using my human avatar, or whether you're receiving what's beyond words through my frequency and energy, my specific flavor and essence, speaking directly to your soul, to your heart, to your field, to your frequency. Okay. So my number, I'm a master number 11. So welcome in the master numbers, the 3 3s, the 2 2s, and 11. So when you add my birth date up, it comes to the 2 and the 9. So there's no coincidence that I use that as an example. I just realized that. Thank you, Spirit, for that connection. But when you add 9 plus 2, it equals 11. And then if you want to reduce it even more, that would be down to the 2. But I just keep it at the 11. So I resonate with being a master number 11. And you can look at the significance of what that master number is accordance to your birthday. And again, there's different websites you can go to check that out. Okay. And just feel into resonance. Also my house number. Okay. 1001. When you add up my phone number, it breaks down to 11. I did this not too long ago. It was really crazy. When you break down, I don't know if it was my social security number. Also, I think came to 11. I could be wrong on that particular one, but there's a lot of numbers in my life or throughout my life that I didn't realize that broke down to the number 11. And there's no coincidence. That's a specific sign, synchronicity, and key code that I was brought into awareness during this awakening process. Okay. All right. So I don't think I'm going to talk about the spiritual meaning, aka also angel number meaning. I'm going to do that in a different video specifically for the number, the master portal of this. Okay. So basically what I'm going to talk about is what I've already talked about. 722 on the timer. Thank you. And what's 7 plus 2 plus 2? All right. So crows are significant for this collective. Bears, unicorns, rainbows, seeing stars, receiving, having the star cards show up in tarot pulls if you're doing them yourself, for yourself, or if you're receiving confirmation information from other readers on the star card. So you can look at the, go check that out and get curious and see if you resonate. And also the number on the star card is 17. Okay. Doves in pairs, swans in pairs, but that's again going with the 11 portal in accordance to the twin soul journey and the twin soul activation. So you might resonate with that. 808 on the timer. Okay, so 1 2 3 3, that number is also relevant for somebody here in the collective, but again, I will go into the twin soul a little more probably because I am a twin soul. And here's the funny thing. Up until probably about September, early September, shortly after the 9-9 portal, somewhere in there, it was either a few weeks before, somewhere around that 9-9 portal, maybe it was a few weeks before that, I was literally dropped a bomb. Like I had been receiving, in your feed, you'll receive things on twin flames. I like to use twin souls, or just information, confirmation that your team's trying to get your awareness on. And it just never really resonated. I'd been in a relationship and we had a lot of bumpy turn. We went through an activation last year, which is not a surprise. It's a revealing, a clearing, a healing process. So we had been in a 7-year relationship, an amazing relationship. Amazing. And then things shifted and changed and I was activated and it triggered an activation again. You can go look at that, but you may resonate with what I'm just going to highlight here real quick. So like I said, still not knowing what this journey was, but just continuing to trust and honor the process. That in our separation, I was given the information, like solidification on the information that I was a twin soul. I am part of this twin soul activation. I'm part of this twin soul journey. And again, it goes beyond, and it has nothing to do with the pink fluffy stuff. It is beyond relationships. Source is here. Thank you, Source. So you may resonate with it. And again, it's not about making something fit, so please don't make this part of this message fit, but you may resonate with that, okay? Are you the runner? Are you the chaser? The divine feminine is that running energy, and this is not the toxic kind of relationships. These are not karmic relationships I'm talking about. There is a difference, and you will know the difference. If you are clear and listening to your intuition, you will be very clear on this. And if you're not clear on it, tap in, breathe, and check in. And you may have to do this a few times if you are not trusting your intuition. So again, in this healing process, learning to trust my intuition and just knowing what I know is feel and what I'm receiving is legit information, and I resonate with it. You'll know. And it's going to that still point, going to your 0 point, going back to self. Okay? I'm channeling and I'm getting hot. So, all right. So again, a lot of the animals that are associated with, outside of seeing like the light and the dark colors, again, it's a shadow aspect of yourself. It's just the other aspect of yourself. I'm guided to talk about this. So this is the way I've heard it explained to me. And there's many layers to your oversoul. But I'm just going to use it at this like last drop in. It's like an octopus tentacles. So these different tentacles are different frequencies and different aspects of your soul that are incarnated in different places, whether it's here on earth or other places, having experiences, learning, gaining knowledge, whatever. When it comes to the twin soul, is you're literally one tentacle, one spark that has split itself into two different physical bodies and incarnated at the same time. Especially now, right now, there is a lot of twin souls incarnated together, which in the past, it was more of a rarity where one was incarnated here and one was still working in the higher realms or working in other places, but you have that connection. Like a soulmate, soul family, soul tribe, those are different aspects of your higher self. So that's why you may be in resonance more with the twin soul, where the relationship is less, it's more, it's less complicated, I guess is the best way to come because the twin soul is it's a journey, and it can be painful at times, but it is an activation, and it is to trigger you to wake up and to do the healing. So hopefully that resonates. But again, like seeing birds in pairs, doves in pairs, seeing birds in pairs in general, but doves is swans. Seeing any animal in pairs is usually a key code for that twin souls. Like the 1111 is significant. As I look up, it's 1 2 2 2. The twos, like I said, being the master numbers. Usually there's an age difference, not always. Either one person is older than the other or one person is younger than the other. Me and my partner are 16 years apart. 1 2 3 4 on the timer. Thank you for that confirmation. So yes, you might resonate with that part of that journey, and you can look into that. There's plenty of videos. I'm going to just rattle them up here because I'll probably forget to put them. You can look at the Lion of God channel. We might give you some more information if you feel like you might be in resonance with that particular journey. Brandon Tobias, okay, and I can't think of the other one. It's not coming to the three that are very helpful in the pink, not the pink fluffy stuff. She's not coming to me right now. Yeah, I can't think of the third one, but if I remember, I will put it in the notes, okay? All right, so dream, okay? Dream. So you are being shaken and awakened from and out of this dream. This right now, me being awake talking to you, is part of the dream, right? When you're asleep, when your body's still, you're actually working in those higher realms. Okay, so this awakening process might be a little more violent for some of you. Maybe you're slowly being wakened up. It might go, just again, depends on what your soul decided to code itself to come into, okay? The other thing that I forgot to mention yesterday in the video, which there's no reason I forgot, now I'm mentioning to see it now, you're going to be receiving 3 deliveries. So the reason I noticed is when I got this hit for myself is that I'm going to be receiving 3 deliveries, as I received 3 different deliveries yesterday. And I don't get a lot of deliveries, 1411 on the timer. So you're going to be receiving 3 deliveries. And what source in your team is telling you, those deliveries could look like just information, confirmation. It could be physical deliveries. It could be a note, a text message, a phone call. It could be a download, another awakening, a gift waking up that has been dormant. It just can look in many ways, shapes, and forms. And again, accordance to what you have set up for yourself. Okay. And again, you'll know if that resonates. Okay. All right. So you have been the hidden one. You've been hidden in plain sight. Okay. So again, if you resonate with that, great. If not, that's fine too. This part of that is not for you. Okay. That's fine. So for a lot of us, we have literally been hidden in plain sight. And there's reasons for that. We that have been hidden in plain sight have usually had pretty massive traumatic journeys, clearing generational karma. We've had a lot of abuse in all ways, shapes, and forms. We've had turmoil in our relationships. We never really fit in the workplace, the 9 to 5. We never could stay in relationships just to stay in the conformity. We just, basically felt like to our soul that we needed to get out because it wasn't serving us anymore and it was time to move on. Those types of things, if that resonates, okay? And just continue to remember that you are unlimited, you are unstoppable, you are magnetic, magic, and iconic. So you are unlimited, you are unstoppable, you are magnetic, you are magic, and you are iconic. So I highly recommend writing this down, affirming, and speaking them as loud as possible, okay? Those I am presence affirmations, and embody and feel that in any way that you feel called to. All right. You are here to be you're here to be wildly free. So it's like getting on a stallion bareback and riding as fast as you can down the beach next to the ocean. So that just visually just came up. Okay. So you're getting on a bareback, you're getting on a stallion, a wild Mustang, a stallion, bareback, running as fast as you can, arms open wide, and riding wildly and free. You're here to feel, to be free, alive, okay? You're here to be embodied, all right? Also, what may be resonant, I've never seen The Truman Show, so that also came in, for me, maybe if I get time, I'll watch it at some point, but that keeps coming in hot, and if you know, you know. I'm aware of what the show is about, but I've never actually watched The Truman Show. So maybe that's a confirmation that some of you just watched The Truman Show, or that you need to watch The Truman Show as an activation, information, sign, synchronicity, key code. Because again, there's no coincidence that I was given the information. I'm now guided 1717 on the timer. And also source says TikTok time's up. I don't know. TikTok time's up. That came in really loud yesterday at some point. And I know that's right, to me, like, I know what I've been going through is time's up. It's time to start this new cycle. So TikTok time's up. So today's also page 11 of 365 pages of this new book, of this new series. Okay. So again, that might be resonant every day. Today is page 11 of 365 days of this new book, this new series, of which is your journey. Unicorns are very significant. You might resonate with being the unicorn. Rainbow frequencies for sure. Rainbows in general, seeing rainbows, knowing that fire is also very significant for the collective here. Being forged in the fire, fire in general. Candles. Maybe you just lit a candle. There's some sign in synchronicity. I actually just got confirmation after I had a small fire, which is a weird thing. I'm going to share it right now. Is I put my moon water up near a piece of furniture. Okay, so there's some distance between here and across the room. It's literally, the sun was shining in, and it is direct sunlight sometimes. And it literally was hitting the water just right that it started a small fire on the cushion that it was leaning up against. Because I wanted to put the moon water in the light, and that was during the 12/19/2025 new moon. And I don't remember which sign that was in. Possibly Scorpio, I could be wrong. But that was an energetic attack. That's what that was. And basically through readings I received yesterday in confirmation, I use my pendulum in divination to just get extra confirmation out of what I already know when I'm receiving a message, when it already feels in resonance, that when that happened, it activated a fire spirit. So if you work with the elements like I do and you feel very connected to Gaia, you are very protected by the elemental spirits. Goosebumps, for full body goosebumps for confirmation. Thank you. Thank you to the fire spirit. So for me, that was confirmation that was already a weird situation. And I knew that was some form of energetic attack. And again, I don't get wrapped up in that because I know I'm protected. It's almost like it was so funny and ridiculous that it even happened, that it created a laser. And so it was an energetic attack that could have potentially been, it was a hit, but it wasn't like, and it wasn't a miss, but it was a small hit, and it could have been maybe the intention behind the attack was supposed to be worse than it was. And it wasn't. So I just literally laughed my ass off. I literally just laughed my ass off because it was hilarious. And I already knew pretty much what it was. And I know I caught it in time and burned up a significant hole on my cushion, sewed it up, whatever. And then I got confirmation last night that because of that energetic attack, it triggered and awoken a fire spirit that works with me. And basically the way the reader was saying is that this fire spirit has been chomping at the bit to take care of business. And again, it's nothing that I did to create this, you know, but this fire spirit was awoken from this energetic attack. And that the spirit, goosebumps and getting hot. So the fire spirit was basically activated as like bring it. Like, no, you can't do that to the collective. You can't fuck with the collective like that. Okay. So you may be in connection with the fire element, the element of fire. Maybe you're a fire priestess or priest. Maybe you just work deeply with the elements. I mean, I've always said that I'm deeply connected to the elements and to Gaia. So that was no surprise to me that I was given information that a fire spirit was activated to start taking, chomping at the bit, like, bring it, like, ready to go. It's go time. You know, basically, like, ran at, what's the word it was used before? I'm trying to remember if I can think of it. It was, your team is ready to roll, chomping at the bit, ready to chew gum and take on, but they're fresh out of gum, something like that. I murdered that particular thing, but you know what I mean. So maybe you're connected to the spirit, the elementals and the fire spirits, the earth spirits, the air, wind, fire, all of it. And so that I made that connection. I actually looked back because I knew it was around a moon. I couldn't remember if it was a full moon or new moon, because moons are very significant when you're being energetically attacked, so really boundary up. So that's for somebody. And so I know that was that situation was it's what triggered and awoken this particular spirit that works with me, which is a fire spirit. Fuck around and find out. 222 on the timer. So again, if you feel like you're being energetically attacked, don't let that freak you out. Just again, knowledge is power. I didn't know for years how powerful magic has been used on both aspects, light and dark, and that I have been energetically attacked using different forms of magic my entire life. But because I'm aware of it now, and the awareness basically dismantles it like that, right? So I didn't get fearful or scared or worried. I just laughed about it. I mean, it's fucking hilarious at this point. And it's like, I got this point now, like, I'm so in my power and I stand so strongly in power. I'm like, bring it. Bring it. I dare you. My team is badass motherfuckers. Don't fuck with my team. You do not want to fuck with my team. And this is to any cross watchers out there, because they're out there. I promise you. All right? All right, so for somebody need to hear about the elements. Maybe you're being guided to connect to the elements more deeply. You've been getting sign synchronicities to connect into these elemental spirits more. Do it. This is your sign. All right? So basically, TikTok, time's up. So like I said, I got confirmation that fire spirit was activated from that event. I didn't connect it then, but that, everything is like, you get the information and then you're like, oh, now I can fit that puzzle piece in why that was. Yeah, they're still trying. Oh, believe me, they are. Remember, if you're being energetically attacked, it's not for no reason. You hold a powerful essence, frequency, and energy that they don't want to be witnessed, to be felt by, to be heard by other people, because we activate, we trigger, and we awaken. 2414 on the timer. So own your power, stand in your power, and laugh in the face of. Bring it. Bring it! All right, what else did I want to talk about before I let you beautiful souls go today? Oh, yep. So basically, the sun has been coming in hot. For this is for somebody, Shinyata, it's you have completed a major cycle. You might know, if you know, you know. You might not know. But if not, this is your confirmation that you have completed a major cycle. So that's at 10-10, 10-10, 10-10. I have been seeing all the 10s. Yesterday was a huge 10-10 day. Outside of it being January 10th, and it being a 1, 10, and then you break 26 down to 10. So there's no coincidence that I was seeing all the 10s. So I knew that when I keep hearing that I have just completed a major cycle, and now I'm confirming to you, and you're going to be seeing all the 10s to confirm to you as a sign, synchronicity, as a key code, that you have just completed a cycle. And again, whenever you receive this, even if it's outside of the 11th of January 2026, you've received this information exactly when you were supposed to in the future. And just know that you called this in, that your team has put me in front of you, source has put me in front of you to give you these signs, synchronicities, key codes, these activations. Okay? And you'll receive exactly what you are meant to receive for your highest and best good, always through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, and knowledge. So wisdom is knowledge, or knowledge and wisdom are power. I've always said that. So now it's time for you to sit back after closing this major cycle, rest, relax, and receive. Bring it to me. It's time to sit back, rest, relax, and receive. Your wishes are being fulfilled right here, right now. You are going to be receiving those deliveries. 3 deliveries. I wrote it again. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles energy. High Priestess energy. New gifts, new abilities, activations. Okay? All right. And some of you might resonate with being a natural witch. I don't like to use that word too often. All right? But I definitely resonate with that. So that was presented. I've always known I've had natural abilities my entire life. I know I have been suppressed, and it's sometimes potentially bound, if you know what binding is, binding. And in the forms of binding of being energetically attacked and suppressed so that these gifts and abilities could not be awoken and shared. Okay? So you may resonate with being a natural witch, a natural magician. Okay? Not using this Google spell work bullshit. Okay? That also ties into going back to the being that ancient soul. Again, this will not resonate with everybody, but it'll resonate with some, and it might get others curious, okay? So know that you are completely in union with your higher self, embodying your higher self every single day. But know that you are in union with your higher self. So that 1111 can also significant, the shinyata, human words, also might be a key code sign and synchronicity that you are in union with your higher self. So it's union, for sure, union energy, but also can be meaning that you are completely in union and now embodied as and anchored in as your higher self. All right? Your presence is your power. So powerful to be present. Okay? Your power is peaceful. Your peace is your power. Okay? You are about to receive miracles, gifts, and magic. Again, those are those 3 deliveries. I don't know what they are for you. It's a surprise. It's always a surprise. That's, it's a surprise. All right? So, I already mentioned the fire spirit activation elements. And I think I want to talk about coherence really quick before I go. So this was just, I was listening to another channeled message and I was really guided to, so we'll share it in this particular video and I may share it in smaller bits in another video. So if you made it this far, great, perfect, you were meant to hear this part, okay? All right, your natural state is coherence. Your natural state is inner peace and your natural state is presence, okay? The light body that is not achieved, it's not an achievement, it's not a trophy. Your light body is revealed and activated of that which you have always been. All right? It's not an achievement. It's a revealing. It's an activation. It's an awakening. And again, of what you have always been. Again, going back to remembering who you really are. Activating your light body. And again, coherence is what makes the alchemy possible. What's the alchemy? The alchemy is alchemizing all of the stuff, all of the shit, all of the bullshit, all of the trauma, all of the hurt, all of it, the feelings. So being incoherent makes that process easier. You are able to alchemize it. And so some of you also might resonate with being master alchemists of your emotions. Okay? Coherence is the condition when the heart, the breath, and your mind and your body are no longer pulling in opposite directions. Okay? So coherence is the condition when the heart, the breath, your mind, and your body are no longer pulling in opposite directions. Okay? And not being in coherence, incoherent, that's stress. And stress is not just a mental state, which you've been probably conditioned and programmed to think. Stress is more than that, okay? It is a biological command that tightens your body, narrows your attention span, and reduces the bandwidth through which the higher frequency can flow, okay? So again, stress, that's a big one. And that can go fear, anxiety, worry. They can all correlate together. I got ink all over my hands from writing this morning. So stress is not just a mental state. It's a biological command that tightens the body, that narrows the attention, reduces the bandwidth through which higher frequency can flow naturally through you. Why do you think you've been programmed to focus on fear, worry, anxiety, all of these emotions? It's to keep you blocked from tapping into your higher self, the higher consciousness, source, creator, the universe, the energy and frequency that you are naturally. There's a reason for that. So that's why the message is like, you gotta unplug from the bullshit and let that go. Quit paying your attention to the things that are creating these tightnesses in the body, these narrowing of the system, okay? The bandwidth. The more you surrender, become more coherent, where you're balancing out all of those things, you open, you expand, and then you're able to receive clearly, effortlessly. Okay? The inner peace must come first. It is necessary. Okay? That is your message for today. Thank you for joining me. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, beautiful souls.